Welcome back to another episode of the Extinction Survival Guide. So we finally unlocked the ability to build ladders, and as weird as that sounds, that's actually going to give us a huge advantage because it will allow us access to a safe water supply, which has been one of the biggest pains of living on this base. So we're going to build a nice ladder access, which will give us an emergency escape from our base if we need to use it, and also let us run from the swamp back up to our safe house really quickly. So I did some stuff off camera and built a storage box, which actually gave me just enough experience to jump up to the next level. So I'm going to just kind of skip some rearranging that we did, but here we go. We're going to level up, and we now have enough engram points and enough levels to actually make the wooden ladder. I'm also going to grab the wooden foundation, and we'll slowly work on replacing our house with wooden features. But first of all, we're going to get this ladder going, because that will be incredibly helpful. So this whole time we have been, pretty much always running out of water and getting dehydrated real quickly. But just skipped ahead for a second because we were just rearranging stuff again. I've got a whole bunch of supplies and I'm just kind of moving them back and forth to make things. So that's just not really interesting, so I'll be kind of skipping all of that stuff. So I actually want to build a foundation off the edge of this base, and I'm kind of worried about placing it there because we have that broken railing in the back, and I'm afraid if I put it there it might actually block us from getting up and down the ladder. Ladders are really finicky. If there's anything in the way, it can keep you from being able to use it, and then you just wasted whatever you did. So I always test my ladder before I do much. I think this is going to be okay. It's a little bit steep here, but I'm going to see if I can jump up on this. There we go. Okay, great. So it looks like this will be a nice spot for this, and we can actually shoot across the gap with our bow and arrows. So that'll be another nice little bonus to having this perch. So I'm going to drop the ladder in my inventory. Now, pro tip, always build ladders from the top down if at all possible, because that's the only way to guarantee you're going to be able to actually use that ladder. And now, when we're actually on the ladder itself, and also be very careful climbing onto a ladder. If you get too close to the edge, you'll just fall off and die, especially right here. But the easiest way to build ladders straight down from themselves is to actually climb down the ladder from the top. So we ran out of materials. It looks like that gap is a lot longer than I thought it was. So we're going to need quite a few extra ladders, like maybe 4 or 5. And we broke the pickaxe. We need more thatch right now, which is why we're doing this really fast run over here. And there, now we needed stone to fix the pickaxe and the pickaxe to get thatch. So I'll pick up some more wood on the ground while we're here, and we'll gather the rest of that tree. So that should probably be enough. I'm just going to grab a little bit more fiber while we're here. And there we go, we can make a few more ladders. Now I'm going to be running back and forth between fast forward on this particular video just because, building stuff can be kind of slow and I don't want to bore you to death. So, I want to make this actually interesting and helpful, but, keep you entertained enough to not just get tired. So, it turns out this broken ground is a little bit harder to navigate with a parasaur than I thought, but I think I finally figured out the path to do this. Now once again, we've kind of made a maze for ourselves that we have to navigate around, which makes it harder to get on and off the base, but it's going to make it near impossible for wild dinos to go across. So we should be quite safe with that setup. Now once again, very slowly moving down. You can use the top button to jump down onto the ladder, and you always want to do that when you're on the edge. Make sure you don't die and go very slowly. But as you can see, when we're actually on the ladder, if we pull out another segment, it will snap it right down to the edge. And we're actually still pretty high up in the air even after building all those ladders, so it looks like we're going to need probably a few more. It's a little bit longer than I guessed, but it's really hard to judge distance in this game. So let's make some more ladders, see if that's enough there. And we're just gonna keep adding ladders until we hit the ground. It's quite a bit more materials than I expected to be using, but we're getting some pretty good experience while we're building ladders, so it's actually a good way to continue leveling up so we can unlock some more tech grams. And yep, still need a little bit more ladders, and I think I've got some more. Oh, hey, what are you doing? It's like my cat. Every time I open the door, she tries to jump out. So let me get some more wood, which we had just lying around. Now, when we tamed that parasaur, while he was taming up, we just filled him up with all the materials we could get our hands on because that was a very good use of the time. And we've actually still got some wood left over from that, so that's really going to pay off. So let's see if this is enough ladders. I am really hoping it is. So also be really careful while you're building ladders to make sure it drops down to the next section, otherwise you'll just break the old ladder. And I'm stuck. There we go. Okay, great. So here we are. We now have a nice little escape route and a water supply where we can just climb up and down that ladder and get down to this lower level. And now we are right next to the water where we can safely grab some as long as there's no dangerous swamp creatures lying around. And it looks like we are reasonably safe. This isn't like your typical swamp where it's just swarming with all kinds of dangerous animals. I mean, we've seen some pretty dangerous stuff down here, but we actually had a crocodile down here for a little bit, but we've been just kind of avoiding it for long enough that the thing just kind of despawned, which is great. Either that or something killed it. I don't really care. So I'm going to grab this crystal while I'm down here because I'm sure that'll come in handy later. And I still haven't figured out... Oh, I think I see a Dilophosaur in the background. Now, I want to tame one of these, but I'm not real confident that I can get it safely back up from the swamp without it getting killed if I do take all the time to tame it. I haven't scouted out this area yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill him. A little good target practice with the bow. I'm more used to using a crossbow, so I'm still having to get used to this bow and arrow. It's kind of a lot more shaky. So there we go. And stomping on him, got a couple arrows back, which is great. And there's just some easy hide and meat. So I'm going to go back to grabbing more crystal until we just kind of run out of weight that we can carry. And what happened there? Oh, okay, right. So the rock broke, but it was just kind of floating there. That's cool. So I think we're just about maxed out on our weight. And I'll get it to where I get the notification. That one. There we go. And we've got just barely enough weight to be able to still move, which is great. So I'm going to head back up the ladder. And while we're here, I'm going to see what that thing is. It is so nice having a spyglass so early in the game. I'm used to having to go take a while before I can actually get to some crystal. Uh-oh, is that a Microraptor? Okay, it's an Archaeopteryx. That is much better than an Microraptor. Microraptors are just vicious, and as far as I know, Archaeopteryx will not attack you. So I'm just going to check. Oh my. That is awesome. That is a beaver. It is a level 4 beaver, I think. So that is going to be amazing if we can tame that thing. So I'm going to come up with a plan to see if I can figure out how to trap that beaver. That's normally a much higher level tame. You usually get them when you're in like your 30s. But we can do some great stuff with that right now if I can manage to tame it. Now, beavers are usually really hard to get to. But I'm going to start coming up with a plan for how to trap that guy and see if we can actually tame it without trank arrows. So yeah, tune in next time and we will see if we can set ourselves up to tame a beaver. Thanks so much for watching and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more great guides like this one. Ark is an amazing game, but there is so much to learn before you can really enjoy it. We are dedicated to bringing you high-quality guides, tutorials, and Let's Play videos that are fun, helpful, clean, and suitable for the entire family. There's a tutorial in this series for everything we have done so far in this video. Check out these playlists for more episodes from this series and other guides to help you enjoy your journey on Ark.